All right. There you go. Waiting room is up. Rewards enabled on. What? Get rewards by. Huh? Wait, but I'm not even affiliate. Buy one sub. Wait, can you even no. Sub? Yeah. You can't. Okay. There you go. My address on Twitch? Oh. Lamal. I'm sorry. Thank you, Magic. It's okay. I'm a wholesome person. I have no enemies. Looks like the customs lobby is being made. There are going to be some changes to the cast. For those interested, we will no longer have music playing during the game. We will only have music during champ select and before the game starts. But the second we get into the game, we will not have music on anymore. I have turned on game sounds because I started recording some in-game footage and stuff. We're still going to be using directed camera. Unfortunately, I'm not good enough to use the what's it called? The other camera, like the manual camera. But yeah. So we're officially in the spectating lobby. So give or take a few minutes for people to start entering, and then yep. It's been about a week since the last cast. It wasn't too bad, but this is what it is. At least I think it's been a week. I don't know. I've been doing a lot of Worlds videos. I'm gonna be running out. There's only like 3 left to make. Hopefully it's gonna be a fantastic 3. But I'm making sure that I have enough content backlogged to be fine. I'm gonna need some help from some of my friends to make some bonus content because I want to make a lot of League of Legends content, but I need people to send me those replays, especially for the new patch or whatever. It's gonna be fun. Is the sound okay, Magic? But also, from the feedback that I got from Mr. Mamago, we're going to be trying to work on our toning and our use of the loud voice. Make it seem a little less aggressive, let's just say that much. But yeah, besides that, I think we're going to be doing good. I really wish I could finish my affiliate onboarding. I can turn on sub-only chat, but I don't even have a sub button. Which I don't understand. Oh yeah, I have to post in the Mamago Discord. There we go. And now we just wait. Welcome everyone to the live stream. I really got to set up Nightbot so that I can do like a TLDR kind of thing. But yeah. We were supposed to cast the TFT tournament, but it's been postponed and I don't have any info on it, so it might not be happening. But it's all good. It's all good. I'll keep you guys posted if it's something you guys are interested in. I didn't know if I was gonna like have fun doing it, but now that it's not there, I kind of miss it. Alright, welcome everyone to the stream. Apparently there's a Discord reward, but I don't have a sub button, so I don't know how that would work. And it wears off in like 10 days, but I can't finish onboarding because my name is not on my tax papers. I'd have to create like a corporation. Yeah! Cheering on the hometown heroes. I've never casted Nebula before, but hey, hopefully they give us a fun cast. Shouldn't be too long. Let me just check the Mamago cord. See if both teams are in there. Okay, looks like 4 out of 5. Okay. Okay, looks like 9 out of 10 players are good to go. So the lobby should be filling up very shortly. Hopefully you guys enjoy this English cast of Nebula versus Les Exiles for, I think this is week 5 of the Mamago esports series. I believe Super Week starts in November, but I'm not sure when. I don't know if you have any info about Super Week Magic, but if you do, you can let us know about it. Because I know Super Week is gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough cast. Well, because I think it's gonna be like just a shit ton of games, and I'm gonna have to pick a team unless the teams are doing it on different days or whatever. No info on that yet, but. Dun, 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 dun. Remember, if you're not following the channel yet, do drop a follow so you know when I go live. It always helps. Well, that's muted. That's muted. Okay. Sorry for the delays. I don't know where the other. I think they have one person from the other team here. I don't know if we're just like waiting on the 5th member from, I believe, Nebula to join VC, but I'm not sure. I can go check. Looks like everyone's here. So I'm not sure what's taking so long, but I'll find out in a second. I think they are deciding champion side selection or something. They might be doing like the coin flip or whatever. This is a Division 4 game, so like with DH Plume, honestly I was a little unsure what to think of about the DH Plume gameplay. Ah! Okay, looks like people are starting to arrive. Okay. Is it the right person? I think so, I don't know. It's waiting on the draft lobby to be dropped. Okay, so it looks like I think I'll see in a second when Johnny places himself. I think Johnny's their top laner for Nebula. Well, we'll see when they drop the draft link. Anyways, just waiting on that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It looks like all the players are here, I think. Thank you for the follows. I love seeing a vibrant chat. It's fun. Oh! Hi. Odyssey. Odyssey, yes, see. Odyssey, yes, see. Odyssey, yes, see. I'm just wondering when we're gonna be dropping the draft. See, Odyssey, yeah. Shouldn't be too long. We should be starting Champion Select soon. I'm just waiting for the draft link, for people wondering. But for now, just enjoy the music, the temporary music. I think people are starting to place themselves. I think Xavi is their support and Yap is their mid laner. Okay, so it looks like Nebula has chosen blue side for game 1. I believe we're just waiting on the last player for Exiles. Moopy Enjoyer? I don't know what that is. Well, he's in Spectator. Ah, looks like there's a player having trouble joining the lobby. So we should get those problems resolved within a few minutes. Io stato Mario. Yo, Magic, are you gonna be there for the entire cast? Okay, alright. I was just wondering if you could give me a heads up for when we enter the game to pause the music. Also, let that bam, there you go. It's gotta be a little better with a little sword. Use that power responsibly. Even the players are yapping about this shit client that we have. Ah, man, I love it. Come on, Riot. Take a week, fix the client. I don't know, hire people that know how to work on the game engine and just like pay them actual money. Damn, that's some hardcore stuff. I will not be translating that comment. It's pretty funny, but I won't be translating it. So if you see it on screen, XD. Thank you for the follow, yeet. You can speak whatever in the chat. Just try to keep it PG. But French or English, ça dérange pas. Mais le cast va être en anglais. C'est tout. I don't judge. Anyways, I auto-translate anything in French to English when I read it, so. My stream is good to go whenever, if there's a player currently in the lobby. I imagine with the tournament code, it must be hard to like remake a lobby, because you only get 3 codes. Let me try. Yeah, I think the lobby might be doomed. Might have to restart the lobby, unfortunately. Alright, looks like we're getting a new tournament lobby. I think. I'm not sure. But given what they're saying, it's probably gonna happen. We're 23 minutes into the stream and we haven't even started Champions Select. The scuff will never end. Oh, I love the fraud accusations for NA. We almost beat Gen G, but we can't even start a lobby on time. Oof. Oh, the memes are never gonna die. I love it. I think they're creating the new code right now or something. I'm starting a love-hate relationship with Buko. Fair enough. I don't know. I love Whippo. We need more top laners that like speak their mind, because there are too many players that like, you know, they just shut the fuck up and play, but like they don't even play well. So it's like. Hey, they gave us a good show. Even though we weren't supposed to win, they gave us a show that was worth watching. I can't be mad. I'm just on my phone playing a mobile game while we wait. I don't think the fiddle pick was bad, but it's just, it's fiddlesticks. Like, what do you want it to do? I love Inspired for the fact that he had the balls to pull out a champion that no one even plays. Besides, like, Merwin, but Merwin plays everything that's garbage. So, I'm proud of NA. Ah, we've got Le Tiny Panda. That's good. Hey, if we get a Merwin in NA, I'll be super happy to cast Merwin in NA. I am never one to say no to good entertainments. Alright, looks like we are remaking the lobby, I believe. Alright, new lobby incoming. Sorry for the delay for everyone watching. I did start the thing a little early, but I did not expect to take this long. But as long as you guys are having fun, it's all good. It just means more time for music, to be fair. I'll never complain about the music. Alright, here we go. The new code. Alright. Looks like we should be good to go shortly. Alright, things are going great. Let's just hope we get a draft link. Alright, looks like we're using an Apex link. Good to see, good to see. Alright, looks like we do have Nebula on blue side, Exiles on red, Champion Select has started. Let's see. I did not have time to study the OP.GG for these teams, unfortunately. It was a bit last minute this cast, so I had a few things to prepare. But we've got a Lily on blue side ban. We're banning Set on red side. Interesting. Not a ban that we've seen a lot of in the Mamago esports journey so far. Are we going to continue focusing jungle bans? No, instead it looks like we're hovering a Kai'Sa ban. A really solid... Oh, Tristana. Okay. Not a champion that's seen much play in the Mamago esports, but, I mean, when Tristana gets going, man, she melts turrets. And a Felios ban, which is pretty surprising. But maybe these are comfort picks. Comfort bans. So, I was told that Monkey is full of surprises. So, interested to see what this draft is going to look like. Looks like we're banning Ashe in the last ban for the side of Nebula, and they will ban Kai'Sa to avoid the first pick Kai'Sa priority, respectful bans on the AD carry departments. Let's see what Nebula has cooking for us in terms of a blind pick. Very varied results in terms of what was banned, but let's find out. This is Division 4, but we saw with DH Plume that there is a lot of action to be had. It looks like we're going to be taking away a first pick Jinx. So we're looking to go late game with Nebula's team comp. Damn, Johnny is set IRL. That's crazy. I'd kill to have those abs and those biceps, but hey. I can't work one of the two out. Alright, it looks like we're going to be picking a Mumu on the side for Exiles. This could be a flex between support and jungle, but more than likely probably just going to be a blind jungle hover. A really good jungler, decent clear if he builds tanky. If not, he gets a little bit squishy, but good objective pressure with percentage health damage. Alright, let's see. Are we going to pick the AD carry here for Exiles? There's a lot of stuff banned off the table, but it looks like we're just giving priority to the Ahri in this matchup. A nice blind pick, but Yone is left open. I do not know if FPS plays Yone, but it would be a good measure into the Ahri. Ahri, notably one of the main champions that plays okay into Yone, doesn't auto-lose the matchup, but it can be pretty rough in the early parts of the game. Alright, so we got mid jungle for Exiles and only AD carry for Nebula. Let's see what we're pairing this Jinx with, or if we're saving support for R2. We don't have counter pick, so might have to blind the support regardless. But let's see. Looks like we're gonna pick Ornn for the top side. I believe this is here's Johnny's pick. So our hometown hero is going to be playing the Forge God. And we're looking at Udyr in the jungle. Not a bad answer into a Mumu. Does have the Unstoppable to stop the Bandage Toss and the Curse of the Sad Mummy. But the teamfight disparity is going to be a little awkward on the side of Nebula, not going to lie. It looks like the Udyr is locked in. Okay, so we've got a lot of magic damage so far from the Ornn and the Udyr, but we have two nice front lines, so let's see what Exiles is gonna pick third, because they looks like we're just gonna pick the Garen for the top lane. So we have two solid solo laners that are gonna be able to give decent split push pressure before we head into the second round of bans. One notable thing is if you're not able to hit Garen, his regen is kind of crazy, but let's see how Johnny handles it. Looks like we're going to be banning Syndra away from the enemy mid lane. Oh, there's a notification. Oh, okay. No, they were just ready for a draft. Okay. I thought maybe there had been a misban or a different ban that I was unaware of. Okay. So Syndra is a good answer into Ahri, but we did see Ahri does have the possibility to just win the draft overall. In terms of the mid lane matchup. Looks like we're banning Caitlyn. Okay, so we're going to start focusing down on the AD carry pool for the side of Exiles. And I think they're just trying to give this Ahri a good matchup on the side of Exiles to ban out what Yeet FPS can play. The Yone is still up, however. I mean, if you leave Yone up... Okay, so maybe Yeet doesn't play any AD mids. Is that what we're thinking? Okay, the Leona ban is interesting. It does leave a contentious play for the Rel. Are we going to see the blind Alistar first? But I think we have to pick our AD carry here on the side of Exiles. It looks like we're going to go Varus, so we're keeping support counter pick for last. Normally a smart move. Varus does do pretty well into the Jinx, so as long as he's not CC'd. Okay. So let's see what we're going to be pairing with this Jinx. We did ban a Leona, which is notably a strong champion with Jinx, but fearful for counter pick. I guess it's understandable to ban the Leona away. The clock is ticking for Nebula. Let's see what they're going to lock in. They got to lock in something soon. It's going to be the Rel. Typical high level engage, loved in pro play, just generically a great support pick in this current meta. There aren't many good supports, at least that engage. Like you have Rakan, Rel, Alistar, and Alistar. Okay, it looks like we're gonna be picking Silas into the Ahri. We saw at Worlds that this just makes Silas a better Ahri. And he has access to Garen and Amumu's ultimates. These are disgusting ults. Looks like we're hovering the Thresh on the side for Exiles. Not, it is a decently good answer into the Rel, being able to cancel the crash down. But the fact that Rel can just Shattering Spear the shield might hurt a little bit. But we're about to get into game, ladies and gentlemen. And once you see that loading screen pop up, the music will disappear. Alright, looks like everyone is ready. Let me turn the draft off. Boobadoop. And I will hover to pause once the loading screen happens. Okay. So now we'll see here. Okay. Interesting draft overall. What do you guys think about this draft? I'm not a fan of playing a tank into Garen. But then again, playing anything into Garen is not fun. I feel like the early game might definitely be a problem unless Johnny gets some clutch knockups. Garen's just a champion that can just like sit around, wait a wave, heal back to full, bully you, heal back to full, and just continue the onslaught. Plus he gets armor and magic resistance for every creep he kills. It might be a hard matchup early. Let's see where this Udyr decides to path on the side of Nebula. He should have jungle priority against an Amumu. But we'll see if some dirty double scuttle or early dragon shenanigans are afoot. I believe the bot lane for Exiles is going to have a little bit more priority. But yep. Alright. So we got Monkeys, Udyr. And yep, FPS's Silas. Very interesting to see. A lot of great ultimates to choose from. Also, do note the box, Thresh's ultimate has insanely good AP scaling already. So, hey, it might just happen that the box accidentally kills someone. Because that already does a decent amount of damage when Thresh uses it. But with Silas's, like, steroid ulti, it might be... but I think Chains of Corruption and the Ahri ultimate are going to be two of the things Silas is going to look to be taking. We'll have to see what build this Silas goes to. There have been a numerous amount of builds, from Rocket Belt to Rod of Ages to like more bruisery. We'll have to see what happens. Okay, it looks like we are about to get into the spectator delay. Once again, reminding you guys, we have 3 minutes of spectator delay, plus a minute of rune page ready up. So, just make sure you get your things, your food, your popcorn, your drink, your whatever. Go to the washroom if you have to. You got about 3.5 minutes before we start the broadcasted game. Anyways, as always, I want to thank you guys for supporting the channel. We are making giant strides on YouTube. Make sure to check us out at The Fallen Sanctum on YouTube. I will link it before the end of the broadcast, but thank you guys for the support over here on Twitch. The partner push is real. All right, so can we get some predictions in the chat while the spectator delay is happening? Who do we think's taking game one? Or you can also choose to decide your prediction for the match. Like, give me a match score prediction or a game score prediction. Let's start seeing some predictions for those active chatters in the chat. If you are still here, if you're playing League of Legends while listening to this beautiful audio podcast, do not worry. I will not make you grief your team to support the stream. Thank you for listening. All right, we've got about 2 minutes before we load in. We will save the Magikarp Festival for later. You'll notice that we will have in-game sounds on for this broadcast. I believe it is to the betterment of the cast. Yeah, Jinx is going to be hard to peel. They do have a lot of dive potential. Johnny is blushing. He doesn't like all the compliments. He's getting flustered. It's okay, Johnny. We're rooting for you. So we've got about a minute left on the spectator delay. And then we'll start. For those actively viewing the games, if you see a great play or a funny moment during the cast, feel free to click the clip that button, like the clip button, and to post it. It is always funny to share good memories we make along the way. I unfortunately don't have enough time to do clipping reviews. Maybe in the long run, but hey. 30 seconds left before we get at the game, ladies and gentlemen. Do we have any predictors in the chatteroonies? All right. We're about to head in. Let's see. Do we got them pretty skins? I want to see some pretty skins. Some cool skins. Some choo-choo orange skin. Let's see. Am I going to be rewarded to cast some choo-choo orange so I can make train puns regarding the Giga Chadley gameplay? Let's find out. And it's... Come on. Show me choo-choo orange. Show me choo-choo orange. Onegai. Elderwood. Alright, respectable skin usage. If it was Space Groove, I would have flamed. But we got Challenger Ari, Odyssey Jinx, Empyrean Varus, Spirit Blossom Thresh, and Infernal Amumu with the God King Garen and Dragon Oracle Udyr. Interesting skin lineup. Interesting summoner choice on the side of Monkey D. Tinkar. And we've got double Aftershock, double Lethal Tempo, double Electrocute, double Conquer, and only top lane is Grasp versus Conqueror. But let's get into the game, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like all four of our solo laners have opted to take teleport. We are going to see some flanking plays this game. I'm excited. Whenever the loading screen decides to load. I have 0 ping, 0%. Da, 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 da. I'm McLovin it. Come on. Give us the game, yeah. Give us the game, yeah. Give us the game. On an interesting note, it looks like Ari is not running Mana Flowband or Gathering Storm / Scorch for this game, so it is going to be interesting seeing how Ari manages their mana pool. I believe Varus has cookies. May have not read the patch notes to show that the cookies no longer give the manas. They do give maximum H. Unable to download spectator data, the game will now quit. Alright, give me a second, guys. It won't be too long. It looks like we are going to be reloading the game. Okay, it looks like they are playing. So let's just see if we can load in. If not, I will close my league and I will reopen if it gives me another error. So won't be too long, guys. We'll find out in just a second if we're able to load back in. If not, I will close the League of Legends, reopen it. Can we have one stream without scuff? Come on, Riot. Just give me one good cast without scuff. Like no spectator delay, no forced or close the league client. Okay. Alright. Give me just a second, guys. Won't be too long. We're rebooting up League. Looks like it was loading. My bad. Oh, come on. Please work. The hell is this? Is this another spectator bug? Oh, looks like we're loading. Okay. Slowly but surely we are loading. I apologize for the technical difficulty, guys. As much as I'd love. Okay. There we go. We are now finally in game. Apologies for that. Alright, looks like there is a pause. Okay, so I was not the only one that had issues. Okay. Good to know. Alright. We don't know how long the game is paused, but... It looks like they paused at 8 seconds. The players are roasting the launcher that decides to not work half the time. We love it. We love it. We love Riot Games, right, guys? Woo! Woo! It's a good thing, at least in competitive matches, we can pause. But there's only 30 minutes of pausing. So, that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Oh. Looks like the 80 carry is back. Hopefully that means we should be loading in pretty soon. The game should be unpausing. I guess as soon as the 80 carry confirms that his screen is working properly. Okay. Alrighty, looks like everyone was ready. This is the pause. No, the game has not bugged.
A summoner has disconnected.
We're 20 seconds in and there's been 2 major disconnects. Feels bad, man. It is funny that League of Legends is essentially just a revamped map for Dota on Warcraft 3's custom maps. So it's really funny that Riot Games still can't beat the bad server allegations. I got a notification. Is there a way to like completely mute those? Alright, thank you for the follow, Thresh One Only. Apologies, we are having currently troubleshooting issues in game with some massive disconnects. We will be restoring the game as soon as we get a chance to. Alright. I will be putting a timestamp for those interested for the start of the game. So no worries on that. Damn, I hope our players are able to reconnect.
A summoner has reconnected.
Okay, it looks like Miles has reconnected to the game. Okay. Let's just go put my phone on the charger real quick. Looks like we've got standard 5-point on both teams. Let's see which team is going to be taking advantage of the early farming. Alright, apologies for that. Okay, looks like we got a double defensive start on the side. Oops. Got a double defensive start here on the side for Nebula. Understandable for Silas and Ornn. These lanes are going to be a little bit rough. Okay, looks like we want to get info on the Raptor camp. We will not be able to get information on the Raptor camp. Looks like Garen was spotted here by Johnny. Udyr is going to be starting on his Raptors. not being spotted on vision. It looks like the bot lanes are looking to tussle at level 1. Let's see what's going to happen. Oof. Okay, a decent trade for the side of Exiles. Good grass proc for Ornn. Yeah, Yap is going to have to use his HP as a resource in order to be able to get money and CS. Let's see who's going to hit level 2 first in the bot lane. Okay, looks like they both hit it at about the same time. Johnny looking to take a trade onto Garen. The flash mount. And is that going to be first blood? That is first blood for Miles QC. A nice early engage. Forcing the flash. But if you flash when you have 1 HP, you die. Oh, the flash brittle proc from Ornn to secure the kill. This is huge. Ooh, the missed cannon by Xavi. Unfortunate. Okay. Looks like Monkey finished his blue sides, but is looking for a gank in the mid lane. Ahri does have to be careful. The bear stance is here. The flash, but the abscond abduct lands, and Silas is going to get a kill with the Petricide. We've got some gaming action, boys. Ahri not having enough money for her lost chapter is going to hurt her hard, but Yap does have to push the wave, and if not, he'll be setting up a freeze for himself, and that could be bad. It looks like Udyr getting caught by the bandage toss, but can he make it out? Looks like Udyr even gets the scuttle. Another bandage toss comes out. The hail of arrows comes out. And, oh, is Monkey going to get hit by the charm? Monkey does get hit. The depth sentence is enough. The bandage toss forces the flash on their turret. But Mesitio landed a hook that he wasn't supposed to. Bandage tossing under the turret aggro. Mumu, you're just level 3. You don't have any money. You don't have any power. You gotta be more respectful than that, but a beautiful play from Exiles to tie up, to try and tie up the score. Unfortunately, Silas with a 2-kill lead. Things might get a little bit problematic. Johnny doing good here in the matchup. Gonna get another grass proc onto Garen. Zect has not bought yet. He teleported back to lane with no items. I guess he didn't really have any money to buy. But with the Ornn passive, the Ornn can just chill and he can just be here forever. Oh, the brittle proc was unfortunately not proc onto the Garen, which would have secured the trade. The knockup also missed. But Silas with a Hextech alternator doing a lot of work.
Give me your heart.
Oof. Okay, the abscond abduct is gonna land the red buff. Can Yap continue the offense? And it's enough. The broken chains will take down Ahri. As a killing spree for Silas. Things are going bad for Exiles, and rapidly. Yap is going to be a mega threat this game. Looks like we're starting the dragon on the side of Nebula. Both junglers going to be going Leandries first. Not my favorite item on junglers. But you do what you gotta do to win. Looks like we got Berserker Greaves for the Garen. And we are... I don't know what item Silas is building. I want to say he's building Rocket Belt first. Okay, some vision to point out Nebula's flank attempt in the bush has been thwarted. Are the 80 carries going to be recalling soon? It looks like we've got a longsword and a longsword dagger. So the 80 carries don't really have much money right now. Sports, one's building boots and the other's, I want to say, building a Kindle gem. Because that's the... Okay, it looks like Nebula is taking a recall. Garen got a good push in. But Johnny's here. He's got the plated steel caps. Interesting to go boost first on the Ornn instead of trying to go towards either a Heartsteel or a Sunfire item. Okay. Looks like we're going to have a tussle, a 2v2 between jungle and top lane. The Call of the Forge God forces the flash out, and the Mumu gets spotted. The Ibscan is going to land the Abduct, the Brittle proc, FPS on a rampage. And now they have permanent priority for these grubs, with no chance of anyone stealing. Miles made the rotation up to the river. Will be able to help if need be. Reminder, Garen does not have flash anymore. And the Garen does have to play with respect, as this Rel could be a little bit of a problem. It looks like it is indeed Liandry's first for both junglers. We've got the hunting guys. The smite comes out on the Scuttle Crab. Let's see, what is Silas going to be buying whenever he decides to take it back, of course. Because he's 4-0, doesn't have a CS lead, but has enough money that I don't think it really matters. Johnny has to be a little bit careful. Garen is a pretty strong duelist, and you don't want to disrespect the Garen pick too much. But he's able to set up a freeze, or he's able to tank a million minions. Looks like we got a BF sword purchased by Xavi, and looks like we're going, I want to say this is Blade of the Ruin King start. It's either Blade of the Ruin King or Static Shift start for the side of Exiles. Two wet noodles fighting each other here in the top lane. Amumu getting caught. Amumu catching the Garen. Oh, will the Garen Q be enough? No, the slow was enough with the minion block to save the Ornn. The Udyr is here popping the ghost, going unstoppable. But that's a full health of Amumu. And unfortunately, Udyr hasn't recalled yet. It looks like we are going Rocket Belt on the side of the Silas, so he is going to be a dashy little fella. It looks like both junglers are still pathing towards the top side, trying to give their top laners that pressure. But Johnny is out of mana, unfortunately. And Udyr without flash won't be able to close that kill. Looks like they're going to be shoving the wave in. Garen is just going to be TPing top lane. Amumu is making his way back top lane. The Ornn does not have any mana to play with. Might have enough for one spell, but we'll have to see. Now he clearly doesn't have any mana. And the Curse of the Sad Mummy combo is going to come down. It's enough to take down the top lane. A double kill for the Garen. It's going to be hard. El Sabara with a nice death sentence onto the Jinx. Xavi going really low. A nice piercing shot. Mike on crack. Taking down Miles. A death sentence. Not landing. Miles living by the skin of their teeth. The bot lane for Exiles isn't ready to give up yet. Down a bit of CS, but it looks like we have... It looks like we're just about even in the bot lane, but mid lane there's a 1,300 gold lead. That's insane. A completed item to nothing. Ahri doesn't even have a lost chapter to be able to farm properly. I believe this Ahri is going Malignance first, so we are going to see some useful ult action. We'll have to see what ultimate Silas starts to abuse with his hijack. Silas having just teleported back to lane with his Hex Tech Rocket Belt. Okay, it looks like we are going... Is that Heartsteel first on the Ornn? Or is that Warmogs? A little interesting. The Ahri ultimate stolen by the Silas. The Ibscan's not going to be enough. But forcing the Ahri ultimates. Silas forcing a lot of pressure on Boo. The lost chapter at least has been picked up for Boo. Mountain Drake was pinged out by the side of Nebula. It looks like they want to get some pressure on it, but it's a 3v3 in the bot lane. Last time the 2v2 didn't work out. Looks like the bear stance is coming through. But with Silas rotating, it's very dangerous to try and make a play. There is no hijack, but the Curse of the Sad Mummy plus Bandage Toss might be enough. We'll have to see. Looks like they're planning to try and do a 4-man gank, but they decide to back off. Garen taking a good trade on Johnny. Unfortunately, building just HP means that you don't really have many good combat stats. A Rocket Belt proc just to flex the damage onto Ahri. Both junglers are trying to desperately finish their Liandry's. Xavi with some nice damage. Ooh, a nice Super Mega Death Rocket to take down Sabara. Looks like Nebula now has priority on starting this second dragon. This Amumu pick not really working out for the side of Exiles. Orin's got to be careful. Garen does a lot of missing health damage. Could be dangerous, but this Jinx now only up 100 gold. Is able to bully the Varus out of lane early. It looks like we are going Blade of the Ruin King first on the Varus. I thought we were going like Static Shiv or something, but yeah, it looks like indeed we are going for the Heartsteel Rush on Ornn. Interesting choice. I think having finished a Heartsteel before finishing the Plated Steel Caps could have been more interesting, because now you're in that limbo where you need about like 800 gold and you spend 1300 gold on boots. So you could almost had your boots and your Heartsteel to take good trades. Because the thing with Heartsteel, you wanna get it early so you can proc it. Garen finishing the Stridebreaker, Varus finishing the Borg, and it looks like we're getting 2 daggers, so I think we're getting a Jinsu's next. Silas finishing the Sork Shoes. Which jungler is gonna finish their jungle item for their Liandry's first? Miles QC getting caught by a death sentence, but Varus missing the piercing shot with the enhanced W. It looks like we're clearing the scuttle next to Herald. Monkey was unable to secure 6 scuttles, but both teams having 3 means that turret pressure is on for this game. Okay, the Abscond Abduct into Rocket Belt proc, taking the Curse of the Sad Mummy. Unfortunately, there will not be another Abduct to take the kill on the Ahri. Silas being forced to flash on this was pretty bad for him, but he is not in a bad position right now. Still up about 1500 gold. They're going to look to maybe collapse onto... Okay, the Udyr popping the Ghost. Call the Forge God coming out on the Ahri, hitting just a Garen, but no completed items for both junglers. The Bandage Toss is going to be enough with the Garen ultimate. Here's Johnny gets caught once again. Can he make it out? More than likely. Oh, there's a lot of damage. The Curse of the Sad Mummy comes out from Amumu this time. And Yap is going to die. And he's also going to kill Johnny. Unfortunate. Exiles making a redemption play. This Garen now almost 2,000 gold ahead. Things are going to be problematic. Looks like we've got a Hex Flash on the side of Miles. But Death Sentence goes wide. A decent chunk by the piercing shot. But looks like we have finished the Mercury Treads on Amumu with Liandry's. And Udyr is it going Jack Show second item? I can't tell. Might also just be building towards a Deadman's. But that fumble in the mid lane is going to cost them a decent bit. Garen almost finishing his Phantom Dance? I think it's Phantom Dancer? I don't know. I was never a fan of attack speed Garen. I kind of like Bruiser Garen, because attack speed Garen is like really one note and like you just lose to Randuin's. Okay, the mount up into the Shattering Spear. The Magnet Storm is going to connect. The Death Sentence does nothing. And Zavi, no, sorry, Rel is able to take a kill. Okay. Another crash down. This Curse of the Sad Mummy is not available. The Silas going in on... Yeah, oh, oof. And Yap just gets melted as Garen shows up. Johnny teleports just to run away. Unfortunately, a nice spirit rush, but the bandage toss misses from Mesidio. Boo still has some options. The Call of the Forge God is going to be enough, and this Garen's going to get shut down. The Flash Force down. The knockup. Boo goes down to Zavi, and what a fumble from the Exiles. And Udyr wasn't even there. He managed to get the Rift Herald for free. That was an insane shutdown. We got about 1,000 gold lead here in the bot lane. Still about 1,500 up top. And about 1,000 in the top lane. Let's look at what second items we are going to get. I think we are going a Hollow Radiance on the side of the Ornn. We are crashing the Rift Herald for Monkey D. And he gets the first turret bounty. Yap just going to steal the Curse of the Sad Mummy, but it looks like they have to give up this Ocean Dragon as they do not have priority. And I think the Udyr wants to crash the Rift Herald. And he manages to swift it away, but he crashes into the wall. Driver's education, ladies and gentlemen. We are horrible drivers here in Quebec. That's why you should not trust us with cars. We've got an Infinity Edge finished first here on Jinx, and it looks like we're going Kraken Slayer second. Still can't tell what we're building on the Varus, but we finished Berserker Greaves, and I think the next step is a Jinsu's. The Zeke's Convergence has been finished for Miles, a really nice item to pair with the Magnet Storm. We've got a Malignance on Ari, but she doesn't have much money besides that. Let's see if this Jinx is going to be able to carry. Zavi's going to have to position pretty well in order to make these plays. Mesidio spending a lot of time in the bush. Looks like he's got a flank and he's not spotted on vision. A nice... Looks like Mesidio is able to lock down the Jinx, and Miles isn't going to be able to do much. Oh, flashing away after getting ignited, manages to get the kill into the turrets. Mesidio doing good. That was a 2-for-1 trade on the side of Exiles. Monkey stealing some jungle farm from the side of Exiles. Getting a fast recall now because he had taken the grubs. The Rift Herald. It looks like, oh, we went Jack Show, but it looks like we're going to finish Deadman's instead. And are we getting another item? Or are we finishing Mercs? No, it looks like we're just getting a second no magic mantle. It just looks like we're just getting two control wards. Okay. We've got the Storm Surge here for Silas, so he is going to be pretty squishy. Boo recall interrupted here. The Phantom Dancer has been picked up by Garen, so he's officially going to start critting people. For those that do not know, you get more spinny winnies based on, I believe, your attack speed. And the ability can crit. Okay, Zekt getting caught out by Yeet FPS, but Garen is pretty tanky. A lot of damage firing back here on the side of Nebula. Looks like we did this for Scuttle Control. Mesidio is here, and he loves pulling the trigger. Pushing the Udyr away. Yeet is going to go bot lane to try and get that turret pressure. We've got Zavi almost finishing their Kraken Slayer. But now this Garen's probably going to have an easy time farming against Silas, as he does do a lot of damage. Looks like Sabara and Mesidio Looking for a play on Miles, but it goes wide, clearing the vision from the bush. Thresh finished his locket, which is always a good item, and both supports have Merc Treads. There's a lot of crowd control to play around this game. Mesitio gonna get his hands on a blue buff for the team. Looks like we're recalling. Looks like we might have enough for a Sunfire Cape on the side of Mesitio. We finished the Hollow Radiance for Ornn, and the Leviathan was picked up for Ornn. That is the upgraded Heartsteel. I do not know the names of all the items, but for the more iconic ones, I definitely will be naming them out. Kraken Slayer picked up for Jinx is huge. This 2-item power spike can go pretty hard, but they really, really have to play against good wave clear. Mesitio fighting for his jungle camp, but Monkey the Thinkar is going to steal it away and do a little jiggy dance. The disrespect in this game is real. It looks like our lane assignments are going to be Ahri versus Ornn and Garen versus Silas, to the detriment of Yeet, who had a really good XP advantage, but is now behind in XP to the Ahri. Looks like we got 2 Amtones picked up for the side of Yeet. We're probably going to be building a Hourglass next, if I had to think about it. Either that or it's like another Hextech alternator to maybe like Shadow Flame or something. It's interesting. Characters laugh when they get hit by skill shots. I never noticed. Mesitio and Monkey D. Thinkar, getting hit by the curse, by the bandage toss into the death sentence, gets flayed away. Another bandage toss, and Zect is just going to go to town. Mesitio capturing that Rel. It looks like we've got Dragon Pressure, TP Pressure. The Abduct misses. Johnny forced to teleport in the mid lane, but it looks like Exiles have first priority here on the Dragon. Are we going to see a team fight break out? No, it looks like it's just going to be a clear catch out by Exiles for the second Dragon. Miles gets hit, starting to get chunked out. The piercing shot is loading through, and it's not going to connect. It looks like Zect was looking for Yap, and Miles is going to live by the skin of his teeth. Mesitio coming back in this game, now up 500 gold to the Udyr that was abusing him early game. It looks like we are going Mortal Reminder third item on Zect. This Garen is going to be a problem. Rageblade picked up by the Varus is also huge, and we've upgraded the Rocket Belt to the Masterwork version. I think it's like the the Hextech. I actually don't know what the name of the upgrade was. But the Proto Belt gives a lot of HP ability haste, and ability power. So just genuinely a good upgrade. Normally on mages you try and upgrade a Rabadon's Death Cap, but I don't think they have the time to wait. Zect is gonna find Yeet, has to abscond away. Thinkar finishing his red buff for the team. They're starting to fall behind CS wise. Zavi has a nice CS lead against Mike on Crack though. Miles finding Sabara, but he's alone. The death sentence goes wide. The flay just does it doesn't knock it the right way, and it looks like we traded some mana for some cooldowns. Nothing expended here on the side of Miles. Mesitio finishing up his Krugs. It looks like we're sending the Garen to deal with Silas. Silas can't really do much against this Garen. This Garen poses a really big threat. And he's 2 levels down. Okay, Thinkar securing blue buff for Nebula. But he is clearing a ward on Vision. A bot lane for Exiles is pathing around. Looks like we are, I think we're going Storm Surge second for the Ahri. Either that or, yeah, it has to be Storm Surge. Zect is just going to clear the wave again. Almost level 16. Things are going to be rough with that for Garen ultimate. Oh, Garen's crit is a forward lunge. Nice. Well, forward sword lunge. Okay, it looks like we are building a magic resist item here for Ornn. The Abscon being used. Oof, that just the Demacia being used to turn to turn Yap FPS into a tombstone. Johnny here gonna be cleaning up some wards in the blue side jungle, but Garen putting in a lot of work against these turrets, and 700 extra gold given to the Garen. It looks like he might just die here though. We give over the kill to Xavi, but this gives priority for Exiles to start the Baron. They get hit by a decently big Super Mega Death Rocket. The Call of the Forge God hits 3 people and Sabara's just gonna die. But Exiles do like the 100 frauds in the LCS. They take a buff and they leave. The heist was successful. They traded Thresh and Garen for a Baron buff, which should help them stop this siege power that this Jinx normally has. But it looks like we're just going to be giving 2 turrets for free. Mesitio getting caught by Thinkar, but Thinkar is alone. Boo is coming up on the Udyr. A flash charm into Orb of Deception, but the Xavi plus Storm Surge is going to prove rough. Mesitio, the Curse of the Sad Mummy lands with the bandage toss, and it's going to be enough. The Varus packing a punch. The flash wall charge by the Ornn to save Miles, but has he just killed himself because of it? Zek does a lot of damage, and we've got a Blade of the Ruined King, remember? Oof, the Demacia! Turning Johnny into hamburger meat. Well, wait, he's a goat guy, right? It's turning him into feta cheese. Poor Johnny. At least he didn't get turned into tzatziki. It looks like the Ocean Soul Point is going to be given for free to the side of Exiles. And another turret for Zekt. Will our hometown heroes be able to recover? This Garen is huge. Looks like he finished Mortal Reminder and is going Dead Man's Plate and finished the Dead Man's Plate as well. Probably looking to build a, I want to say Asterix Gauge as his last item. Mesitio getting blue buff for the team. Storm Surge being finished for the Ari means that we're getting a Horizon Focus next. Silas finishing that Storm Surge. Unfortunately, not having the Hourglass means that he is susceptible to getting blown up. The Molten Edge has been upgraded for Jinx, and we've got a Locket on Miles. Jinx also picking up the Lord Dominic's Regard and an extra Kill Cloak, but Zekt does a lot of work, and it looks like Xavi's just getting caught, and the bot lane of Nebula just gets blown to pieces. It looks like we activated Smash to Smithereens. The bandage toss is gonna be enough. The insane damage from this Garen is going to take them out of this game. Looks like we teleport topside to apply more pressure. We've got Boo here pushing bot lane. It looks like they have to make a choice. Looks like Mesitio. Oh, the Call of the Forge God is going to hit 3 people. But Mike on crack. He's getting focused. Can he do enough damage? Oh, it looks like we're not able to close the gap. The Brittle Proc is not going to be fast enough. And Zekt is just going to look to take an inhibitor turret at this point of the game. It gets the Q into the E onto Jinx, but Savvy's able to gun him down. America, fuck yeah. Mesitio looking to take red buff from the Nebula's jungle. And Boo getting a turret and getting away with just a use of his ultimates. Not being forced to use the flash as he did not have it there. But this looks a little grim for the side of Nebula. I don't know why they're fighting without their Jinx, and they need to peel for that girl. Looks like Horizon Focus, Abyssal Mask are finished for the sides of Amumu and Ari. We've got a Witsend here for Varus. Knight's Vow for the Thresh. Looks like we're starting the red buff with Mike on crack. Abyssal Mask here finished for the Udyr. Unfortunately, this Udyr pick kind of, you know, falling through the walls. The engage potential that they have here could have been so much better, but Jinx picking up a Zeal. Yap picking up an extra turret for the side of Nebula, trying to close that gold gap, but we're still about 4.5k gold down. There's a lot of work to be done. At least Jinx here has a rapid fire cannon, and Silas picking up the Seeker's Arm Guard is great. It looks like we sold the Tunneler to buy a Winged Moonplate instead. Interesting. So it looks like we are going Force of Nature. They're converging on this Garen. Miles trying to find a pick, forcing the flash from Zek. Garen is really fast. I'm not sure what MMR Varus is. I can look into it next lobby. Or if someone wants to use the Mamago website, Division 4. I believe their op.gg should be linked there. So we got a Blighting Jewel here for Ari, and we're getting I think a Jack Show for the Amumu. Force of Nature is finished for Garen. He is officially full build. He has 2 movement speed items. The Bandage Toss landing, Death Sentence landing on a Miles is going to spell disaster. It looks like Miles gets blown up, gets turned into glue. No, Johnny gets turned into feta cheese once again. The Demacia gonna come through and just eradicate the Forge God. Zach looking for some top lane pressure, but that's a free Baron for the side of Exiles. We've got a Jack Show here for the Ornn, but it's not enough. No Randuins. Feels a little bad in the deck construction. Super Mega Death Rocket isn't really going to do anything, and Dragon's up in 10 seconds. Looks like we're getting a reset from the entire team. Looks like we are rushing to this Dragon. Yap was able to get a flanking ward, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. We've got the Terminus now for the Varus, and it looks like he's getting a Jack Show last item. Either a Jack Show or a Jack Show or a Guardian Angel. Who knows? Alright, looks like we're fighting around the red buff. Miles getting hit. Yap taking a lot of damage. Forced to go into the Zonias. Zek doing a lot of damage to Finkar, but we're not able to get onto this Jinx. Miles goes down, but they trade their fed Garen. The Curse of the Sad Mummy is huge! And what a nice flank from the side of Exiles! The entire team's getting butchered. Some more feta cheese by the Ornn. And it looks like that's gonna be the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 40-second death timer still. And there's 20 seconds until Rel comes. With Baron buff and 3 grubs and a Varus on that crack cocaine, it looks like we're just going to head towards the bot lane inhibitor to end the game. Do we have enough time to end? We probably do.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed. Quick as a fox. Blue team's turret has been
Looks like we got 10 seconds. We got 15 seconds on Jinx, but it's not going to be enough. Miles tries to make it through, but the crash down fumbles. And that's going to be the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Whew. What a rough game here for the side of our hometown heroes. Can our hometown heroes make a comeback? That draft definitely needed some work. Alright, just letting Johnny know that I am ready for the invite. Let me update the scoreboard real quick and we will be turning the music back on. We've got Magikarp's Festival by Glitch X City. Alright, let me just update the scoreboard real quick. We've got 1-0. Yeah, the flank from Boo to end the game was fantastic. Pretty rough, pretty rough. Alright, I will head back into... What? Okay. For a second I thought it said spectating disabled. It was a little weird. Alright, looks like we get site selection for Nebula here in game number 2. Just checking out all my homies. All my homies are ranking together. That was an intense game. The action really started picking up towards the end of game number 1. I hope we see a beautiful 3-game series. It would be really nice. By the way, on an unrelated note, have you guys seen any of the, I think, Generation 10 Pokemon leaks for Pokemon Terra? That shit's been wild all over my Twitter, and I just wanted to know if any of you guys saw the news. Looks like there's a lot of saucy information about the Pokemon devs that we did not know about. I have to fix... There's one squeaky wheel... no, it's just my screen because it's not, like, glued to the thing. The screen shakes by itself. And Zavi had a great game, but really needed more peel. Fortunately, wasn't able to get any. But that flank by Boo and Mesetio was insanely clutch. We'll have to see if the magic gets recreated here for game number 2, or if our hometown heroes are going to be able to push that game 3. I did not really like the Udyr, I'll be honest. Zex Garen was pretty nasty. I mean, when you blind pick weak side and your jungler and you get ganked a million times, and you lose the 2v2 when your jungler comes to gank, it's just a feels bad moment at that point. We will get the news for side selection in just a second. Huh? Looks like there seems like there's a players committee meeting. Other than that, we also have DH Radio active playing against Wish T1. Unfortunate. Alright. Looks like the players for Exiles are played, so I honestly want to say that it's a red side selection here by Nebula. Just waiting on the draft link. Okay, looks like we have a jungle substitution here for Exiles. We're gonna be subbing in Vibrating My Sister instead of Mesitio. They are up a game. They can work with a substitution. So hopefully we'll see some different early game adaptations. But let's see. The players are getting... yeah, I think Vibrating My Sister is the jungle sub for Exiles. Oh, Mesitio was the sub. Okay, so it looks like Vibrating My Sister is the official jungler on the roster. Okay, interesting. It looks like there was a game delay, a delay from their jungler as to why we saw a different jungler in game number 1. Interesting. Alrighty. We're just waiting on the players to position themselves. And then I believe we are going to be starting the draft. Okay, looks like the players are placing themselves. Just waiting on this draft link to be dropped. The players are now in place. It looks like the Uno, the Varus looks like he's plat 4. Just waiting on the draft link. It looks like the draft link, I think it's being made. I'm not too sure. I was just curious because we had been in the lobby for a few minutes with no action. Alright, draft link is being posted. Alright, as I'm returning the draft on. We're just waiting on the ready check by both teams. Sorry if you can hear me cracking my knuckles. They needed some crack-a-lackin'. Okay. Looks like we are getting ready to get into the draft. Let's see what kind of spice Exiles have for us here on blue side, and if we've got a special pick for the side of Nebula, as we really do need to change up that draft. It unfortunately worked out decently early game, but then it kind of just fell through the roof after bad team fights after bad team fights. When one play fumbles, it's important to keep a good mental. If you mental boom right after a single bad play, it leads into some poor decision making for team fights, and that can be deadly in League of Legends. Alright. Looks like we're here for the draft. What are we going to see on the ban side for Exiles on blue side? Alright, looks like we're still going to be banning the Aphelios away from Zevi. I don't think his Jinx was that bad, but I guess he must be a monster on Aphelios. We're keeping the Lilia ban this time for Vibrating My Sister. Looks like both Vibrating My Sister and... I hate that name. We've got the set ban for Johnny. Makes sense. If he's set IRL, he must play set non-stop. The puzzle is connecting. The pieces are forming a meta link. We're going to take away Tristana's Boo. And what's the last ban we're getting here from Exiles? Are we just going to repeat the bans? Please say VMS. Okay, I'll say VMS. No worries. I won't say Vibrating My Sister. It does sound very wrong. Okay, this time Exiles are going to take away the Amumu from Monkey. Yeah. VMS does sound much, much better broadcast-wise. Apologies, I did not pick that up. Okay, it looks like we're still batting the Kaisa away from Mike on Crack. Let's see what first pick we have lined up here for Exiles. How's your ranked adventures going, Mr. Magic? Are you guys winning? Oh, looks like we're just getting Zax Garen. Not scared of what Nebula has to offer. Okay. Hopefully we pick a slightly better matchup into Garen. Are we going to see some cringe range top lane picks? Or are we going to see the Aurora? Or I feel like Aurora does pretty well into Garen and it's left open. We don't know if Johnny plays it though. Okay, the clock's ticking for Nebula, and it looks like Johnny's lacking in that Aatrox. He wants to fight. He wants bloodshed, my brother. Alright, what are we gonna be grabbing here? Probably in the jungle or in the 80 carry position. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? The Udyr didn't really work out from last game, so I'd like a little bit more proactivity. Not that the Udyr was useless, but... I mean, I just don't feel like Udyr's a good team jungler right now. The Zac being picked for Monkey is about to get gooey. Let's bounce. Alrighty. So jungle top haven't locked in for Nebula. What are we going to be getting for VMS? Or are we going to pick something else? Looks like the Monkey King himself, Luffy, Sun Wukong, has made it to the... Well, it's still being hovered, so I think they're thinking about it. But, I mean, it's pretty good into the Zac, not going to lie. Some good armor shredding, too. Alright, so we've got the Monkey King for VMS in the jungle. Let's see, what are we blinding here on the side of Exiles before the second round of bans? So we have both top laners and both junglers picked here in game number 2. Alright, looks like we're just going to grab Boo Ahri. Again, it was pretty fantastic towards the mid to late game and even won them the game with that Spirit Rush flank onto the Jinx. Nebula get to answer the mid lane pick. Are we going to see Yap's Silas once again? This time there's even better ultimates. The knockup is something that you can reduce with tenacity for with Merc Treads. So let's see what we get. But that would make a lot of magic damage. We'll have to see. Looks like we're locking in Yasuo. The Unforgiven has been locked in for Nebula. A first here at the Fallen Sanctum casts. And I am super excited to see one of my favorite champions be played in the Mamago League. Looks like we're going to be content banning away more AD carries from both Xavi and Mike. Ashe being banned away from Mike this time. Are we going to ban Caitlyn away from Xavi this time? Because we could still do Caitlyn Leona, but they have a Yasuo, so I think maybe, yeah, Poppy and Alistar probably rise in priority. It still gives them access to the Rel. Miles didn't have some bad plays, but he had some mistimed all-ins, and that cost him more than it helped him. Let's see, the clock's ticking for Nebula. What's this last ban gonna be? Because remember, Nebula here get first pick. They're going to ban the Leona this time. They're going to ban Leona. Okay. We're going to be banning the Thresh here away from my... Well, wait. But Sabaro's the one who played Thresh last game. Alright, interesting. The Alistar and Rel conversation is still up for grabs. And Rakan also up for discussion, but we'll see what kind of knock-up support you want. I think they're just going to be blinding a safe AD carry here. They have a lot of damage. They have a lot of damage here on the side of Nebula. They kind of need something to clutch up in the late games. It looks like we're going to be going with Vayne. Interesting pick, but Vayne's E can proc the Yasuo ultimate, so maybe that's another Yasuo angle instead. Currently, we have 4 out of 4 champions that can proc Yasuo, including himself. What are we gonna answer with on the side of Exiles? The Alistar and the Rel are still open, but it looks like we're going safe with the Smolder. What are we pairing with it? There is a lot of brawling, so maybe a Renata Glask, but they don't have much of a front line if they pick Renata. But it looks like Sabara's just going to look to take the Rel away. A champion that has devastating effects in AoE team fights. It's not locked in yet, so maybe they're thinking about between this and Alistar. Alistar is the direct counter to Rel. And Alistar would make great work for Nebula's Yasuo. Oh, a Twitch hover? Really? Interesting. We have a lot of damage already. It's interesting that we're considering the Twitch. It looks like we're pivoting over to Swain, another champion that can proc Yasuo. Never mind, we're going for the Mega Ultra Super Fire Kick of Doom. And it's locked in. Looks like it's Emilio Vayne versus Smolder Rel in the bot lane. This is going to be one hell of an interesting game. We've got action-packed in every lane. I don't think we're going to be playing passively for anyone. Thank you, Paradox, for the raid. Welcome, Paradox and the Raiders. Looks like we've got confirmation to start the draft and the game. Alright, going to be hiding the draft because we are now in champion selection. How was your stream, Paradox? Thank you to all the raiders that came over to the stream. We are about to start game number 2 between Nebula, DH Nebula, and Les Exiles, or the Exiles. It's funny that the Exiles aren't playing Yasuo or Riven. It would be funny if they did. But yeah, we're just doing champion select, and then we'll be getting into the game. We'll be muting the music once we get into the game, so Um, some nice adaptations have been taken, as I have received a little bit of feedback. But we're going to be having an exciting game number 2. This draft looks packed with action. I cannot wait. Reminder: spectator delay and ready the ready check or whatever takes about 4 minutes. If you need to get a drink of water, some food, or just use the washroom, now's the time to do so before we get in game. It's action-packed game. It's going fast. It's going fast. Alrighty, looks like we're gonna be turning the music off as we get ready to get into game. Thank you for everyone who continue to stay in the stream regardless of in between the games. It's always helpful for the partner push. Spectator delay has started. We've got about 2 minutes before we need to enter the game. Hopefully this time we enter the game without any problems, right client? I'm looking at you, right client? Stare, stare. Got about a minute before the loading screen starts. Alright, here we go. We are loading. Will the game load this time, or will we not load? Let's see. It's a black screen right now. Dana. Oh, we've got Project Yasuo, KDA Ari, Lancer Stratus Wukong, and Special Weapon Zac. Project Vayne and Blood Moon Aatrox with God King Garden. This time we've got Phase Rush instead of Conqueror on the Garen. And we've got Aftershock on Zac, still Conqueror on Wukong. We've got Grass versus Electrocute in the mid lane, and this time we have Fleet versus Lethal Tempo, and we've got Summon Airy versus Aftershock. So it's going to be an interesting game. Hopefully it's filled with action. I would love a push to a game number 3, but the late game win conditions for Exiles are pretty damn strong. We'll have to see what we get once we get into the game. Alright. Looks like the game has started. I don't see any pauses right now. Alright, we've got the directed camera. It looks like we're trying to go for an invade here on the side of Nebula. We'll have to see.
Summoner's Rift.
Oh, looks like we might be trying to get a cheeky summoner burned.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Okay, looks like we're just gonna be pushing Mike on crack away, but canceling his recall, even getting a mana flow band stack. Oh, we forced his flash. Wow, that is actually huge for the side of Nebula. Maybe VMS might have to play it towards the bot side. Looks like Zac is going to be starting at, I want to say he's starting at his Raptors. They're checking to see. Looks like there's vision where Zac is going to be starting. And there's no vision where Wukong is going to be starting. So... okay, Zac started with his Q, so I don't think his clear speed is going to be as fast. Actually, I don't really know what you're supposed to start with on Zac. Normally, that Ari skin is beautiful. What a nice chroma for KDA Ari. If that's the regular skin, then I definitely have to start using that skin more, because I have it. But I normally just use Spirit Guard. Star Guardian, sorry, not Spirit Guard. Okay, we've got a Super Mega Ultra Fire Kick landing. The Grass procs on Yasuo's Steel Tempest. So this is going to be annoying. Zac getting knocked out by Johnny. The Q2 on Aatrox is not going to land. Mike looking to get to 25 stacks as fast as he can so he can start farming with a little bit more peace. Having no flash means a lot, but I mean, it's a Vayne, so there's not much pressure in the early games. Okay, some nice trade by Johnny and Zac. They're both kind of getting chunked, but Garen does have the advantage regen-wise. Looks like we have a bit of a CS parity here in the mid lane. Yasuo doing a really good job using the sweeping blade to kill minions. Another knockup for here's... oh, that cannon miss by Yeet is going to be huge. The Windwall comes out a little late after taking a chunk. Unfortunate. The Super Mega Fire Kick's going to be bullying Rel as it will interrupt. The Elastic Slingshot was enough to force the flash out of Zac. Unfortunately, now both the top lane and the 80 carry for Exiles don't have a flash. Let's see if Finkar will be able to do something about it. The Super Scorcher Breath is starting to get some stacks for the Smolder. The Achui lands on the Vayne. But Super Mega Fire Kick fires back. Emilio gets a mana flow band proc. Looks like other than that, we've got a pretty peaceful bot lane. Zac being behind 2 camps and being pushed off his blue. Actually, did he know? Because Wukong is going to get only 1 scuttle, but the Zac now doesn't have a blue buff. Okay, it looks like we're both clearing vision here on the side of both teams for the bot lane. Both Squire's Blooms have been procced. A nice Aatrox knockup. Ooh. Yep, getting a Steel Tempest onto Boo, forcing the Wind Wall, getting another Grass proc. These trades are starting to go better and better for Yap. Remember, Yasuo is resourceless. He gets a shield every time his passive is full. The Achui gonna land onto Miles. It looks like we're at a standstill for farm here, but Zac is down 20 CS here to the Aatrox. That's almost a 400 gold lead by itself. The Achoi's gonna land on 2 people, but Mike on Crack doesn't have much mana. Boo flashes away, but the Ignite's gonna be enough to kill him. First blood for the Yasuo. This is gonna be huge. It looks like VMS has found Yap, but Yap is level 6. The teleport comes in from the Ahri, but the Zac is nearby. The Wukong has to be a little bit careful. Looks like we've got about a wave advantage in the bot lane, about 10 plus CS currently. And Wukong is still up a camp. Aatrox still holding a decent CS lead, so I guess this is a much harder matchup. Looks like Johnny might be forcing the angle for game number 3. Yeah, FPS had a good early game last game, but wasn't able to convert it into a win, falling behind exponentially in XP to the point where he was the lowest level solo laner in the game. A double knockout by Aatrox, getting some pressure. He bought a Caulfield's Warhammer. We've got a Vamp Scepter, boots, and a dagger for Yasuo, so it looks like Bork is the first option as always. Got a Caulfield's here for Smolder. I'm surprised we're not going Manamune. I mean, Caulfield's is part of Manamune, but I thought you would have at least gotten a tier.
Just for you.
Looks like we've got about 32 stacks of Dragon Practice. I'll keep tabs on it remotely throughout the games. A Shattering Spear gets traded for the Ultra Mega Fire Kick. It looks like Ya is gonna get a last breath. Steel Tempest knockup onto Boo. I can't see what happened in the mid lane. I think Boo was forced to ult. Chewy. Yep, Boo was indeed forced to ult. Okay, so this mid lane matchup is going to be rough like it was. The Super Mega Fire Kick is coming out on Sabera, trying to protect this ward, but it's not going to be enough. Zavi clearing the ward, gets the shield, but the Wukong here for VMS has started dragging. It looks like the 25 stack upgrade has been picked up, and Smolder is going to have a lot more fun time farming. It looks like Zac has also just finished the grubs, and he is now looking to invade. A nice justice from the side of Zect to help do damage to the Aatrox. Still hasn't recalled, sitting on 1,500 gold, but I assume you need a certain amount of money to be able to recall. I think in this matchup, are we still going Berserker Greaves, or are we going... the Charm lands from Boo, but the second part of the Orb of Deception does connect. FPS just running into it. Monkey clearing some vision around, but unfortunately does not get the ward into the bush. But it looks like we're just going to be going Stridebreaker once again. Mike on Crack getting hit by an Ultra Mega Fire Kick into a Vayne combo. But it looks like the Wukong forced the flash to crash down here. Zavi in trouble. Mom's gonna be enough. The slow from the Vayne, the Achui is not gonna be enough. The mount up, but the Nimbus Strike plus big Monkey Smash. The Let's Bounce. Think are in a bit of trouble. FPS is getting low. Force the flash. Okay, so that was a mid lane play that turned out to be better for Exiles than it was for Boo. Boo not even having flash, still has access to his ultimate. Spirit Rush being very useful in this case. FPS taking a lot of damage, but the Lost Breath combo coming out here, getting charmed, getting hit by a turret. The Excite's gonna come out, and it's not gonna be enough to finish Boo off. But there's another Steel Tempest Q3 that is ready, and it's dodging by the skin of his teeth. Boo is going to live, taking a recall, doesn't have teleport, so Yasuo can push the wave in. But Yasuo used both summoners there trying to make a play. Sek getting interrupted on the recall by Johnny. Let's see what this Smolder is up to. We've got 56 stacks, so not really doing that well, and the Vayne is nearing Blade of the Ruined King. But the Wukong getting ahead of the Zac with that kill gold was really, really important. Got about a 400 gold lead here in the top lane for Johnny. And we have an 800 gold lead for FPS. He was doing this good last game. But let's see if the momentum can follow. The silence going to come out from Zect. Johnny gets another knockup. And Zect is forced to walk away. Some more stacks for Mike on Crack. There's secured about a 10 CS lead here for Xavi. But Wukong's almost 20 CS ahead of the Zac. Let's see, we've got about 800 gold. I don't know if we have enough money to finish an item yet. Maybe we do. I think Sundered is like... Oh, Mom's being called out. The Cozy Campfire is going to give Vayne some range. Is the Last Breath combo gonna land? And the flash! The flash from Boo saves his life more than likely. That was a lot of damage. We still did not have the Spirit Rush up, but with the flash we were able to secure the safety. Xavi doing a lot of damage to Sabara. FPS building a 20 plus CS lead. The Cyclone is gonna be enough. And a kill onto the Zac, but the teleport's coming out. FPS is taking a lot of damage. Oof. That turnaround trade by Exiles. Things are getting rough. VMS with some really good pathing to avoid death. Sabara's taking a lot of damage. The Cozy Campfire allows Vayne to proc these Silver Bolt procs quite heavily. A bot lane getting punished hard here for the side of Exiles. A Chewy gonna land. The Magnet Storm. Oof. Xavi getting pretty low here, but the Wukong is making his way. The Vayne has to leave right now. VMS does have flash, but that was unfortunate. The amount of shielding and healing this Melio offers is pretty good. The CS gap is growing in the top lane though, but they're only 100 gold apart. There is about a 8 to 900 gold lead in the mid lane for our lovely FPS. But Zac is starting to fall pretty far behind. Unfortunately, Finkar's picks are getting punished. Looks like we are going Stridebreaker still. We've got a Sunder Sky on the Wukong. Looks like I think we want Sunfire Cape on Zac. And we're going Stridebreaker on Garen. We've got the Eclipse for Aatrox, and it's Borg for both Vayne and Yasuo. The Essence Reaver finished by the Smolder is important. Miles is giving up another stack of dragon practice. Zect having to deal with so many knockouts. He had priority in the last lane, but this lane is a little more rough. Looks like pressure around the dragon. It looks like we might have a... We've got 4 people from Nebula here for the dragon, so I don't think Exiles can start it early. We got a Nachui. Oof. Yeah, this time Zect is getting abused on by Johnny, so... Oh, the World Ender is coming out. And it's going to be enough with the Q free to secure the kill. But it's going to be a smite steal. Okay, looks like everyone flashes away. No one dies. But because Zack launched himself away from the dragon at low HP, Exiles just get a free objective. However, first turret blood over to Johnny. Will this Aatrox be able to carry? He's almost got a Sundered Sky. The last wish is coming out for the Ahri, dodging the Steel Tempest proc, but the Garrett is coming in hot. And he's got a Demacia. All over FPS. This is just a replay of last game. Garen ulted, Garen ulted, Garen ulted. It just never ends. We've got about an 800 gold lead here in the bot lane, but the gold lead is starting to shore up in the mid lane, only down to 800. Still about 1200 gold down for Zect. But Wukong still putting in a lot of pressure and is up a decent amount of jungle farm. Looks like we've got 6 scrubs to 0 though, but Vayne, Aatrox, and Yasuo aren't exactly your OP turret takers. VMS probably gonna finish his item soon. We've got cooldown boots and plated steel caps for the bot lane of Exiles. We've got Berserker Greaves for the Vayne. No Bork yet for the Yasuo. It looks like we are, I think, like 50 gold off or something. It's like really close. But we've got the Malignants on the Ahri. I think Aatrox is looking to go Sundered Sky. Looks like we have the first finished smite. Looks like VMS is looking to make a play in the top lane. Smolder is able to clear the wave decently well. Looks like Herald is going to be started here for the side of Exiles. Johnny putting in the work and just annihilates. The flash forced from Mike by Zavi, but the teleport is coming in. Mom is being called in. But Johnny... Oh, and that's not going to be enough. The Silver Bolt proc is going to be enough to kill Boo. Johnny's teleport wasn't needed after all. But he's just here to bully the Smolder, who's currently 4 levels down to this Aatrox. We've got a flash from Sabara. Flash crashed down, but it didn't land what it needed to. Okay. The gold lead is growing top lane. VMS forced to hold the mid lane because 6 grubs means a lot of pressure. Oh, the missed cannon stack from the side of Mike on Crack is gonna hurt, but Monkey now has free access to the Herald, which was interrupted. FPS really needs to finish his Blade of the Ruined King so he can become a champion. I wonder where they're gonna put him, because they've put Zavi in the mid lane. The Let's Bounce Electric Slingshot comes out, but Zack is gonna be able to get the Rift Herald for the side of Nebula. Good job. I would have made the meme that I made a long time ago. But Zack has about 2,000 gold. He still hasn't spent it yet. Looks like we're getting a Black Cleaver here for Wukong second. Finish the Sundered Sky on the Aatrox. We've got the Borg finally finished here for the Yasuo. Smolder with a decent amount of stacks. 146 at 18 minutes. Not the best, but Zect is going to get a redemption turret, closing the gold lead down to just 1,200. Nebula are up about 3,000 gold, but let's see if they play with priority this time, because the last time they had a gold lead, unfortunately, things started to fizzle. It looks like we're going right away for the rapid fire cannon. Oh, not committing the Cyclone here, even though we had a really good pick. The Rift Herald is being dropped in the mid lane, probably to open. And we're going to be fighting over this Infernal Soul Point here for the side. Oh, are we going to be driving properly? Oh, we're not Quebec drivers today. It looks like we're going to crash it into the mid lane. The Super Mega Fire Kick interrupts. The Flash Cyclone is gonna be enough. Mom plus the Orb of Deception is doing a lot of damage. Okay, it looks like that was an impressive team fight for the side of Exiles. A nice comeback. As the gold lead is still 3,000, but Johnny getting caught out. He does a lot of damage. People have to respect this Aatrox. The last breath into Q3 combo is going to be enough, but Zach is just going to die. We're farming stacks here, and FPS is just going to die. Johnny's got to be careful, and that's Infernal Soul Point given for free for the side of Exiles. What a disastrous team fight. It was a beautiful engage onto the Ahri, but it's not going to be enough. Not having Smite, but being able to take the objective. I think Johnny could have pushed a little bit more aggressively. All this money on Johnny, and unfortunately, Johnny's not really doing much with it. It looks like we're going Stridebreaker on the Yasuo. The typical current pro play build for both Yasuo and Yon. We've got the Phantom Dancer now finished on Garen. These kills are starting to close that gold gap. We've got a Zeke's Convergence for Sabara, and we've got Echoes of Halia here for Miles. We almost have a rapid fire cannon on the side of the Smolder, and we are working towards a Kraken, Slayer, and a Spirit Visage for Zac and Vayne respectively. It looks like I think we want maybe a Black Cleaver here for the side of this Aatrox. Sorry, I need water. My throat's a little dry. Zach's starting to put some pressure on this Aatrox now. As the items come through, the Black Cleaver coming in for the Wukong is huge. I think we're just also going Horizon Focus second item for the Ahri. So that way, if we land a charm, it just kind of does everything we needed to. Mike on Crack has 183 stacks at 22 minutes, so around the 25-minute mark, we might have the Smolder execute online. Things are going to get disgusting. Oh, it looks like it's just a Terminus for Vayne's second item. Interesting. Opting for the more defensive item, as things are already starting to take a turn. I don't believe Ahri has enough money to get her item yet. No. It looks like we picked up a Kindle Gem here on the side of Miles. Zach probably has enough after this camp rotation. We've got Dragon in 3 minutes, but Baron is sitting and up. Nebula have a really good Baron with Vayne, Yasuo, and Zach. It's a lot of damage. VMS getting hit by the Super Mega Ultra Fire Kick. Why couldn't they just call it the Fireball? Or the Flamigo? Why has it gotta have 19 names? I didn't know Emilio was Haitian. Shit's rough, bro. Shit's rough. My poor throat. Every time I say Emilio's ability names, it's like I'm making a speech at graduation. Looks like we're just slowly trying to farm up. Monkey D. Finkar is gonna be found out here. The Let's Bounce being forced out. Cozy Campfire comes out from Emilio, but it's on Xavi. The Q3 doesn't find the mark. All right, let's check in on Mamago and Craig. We've got two. We're 23 stacks off. Super Mega Fire Kicks gonna interrupt Sabara taking that ward, but VMS and Sabara are gonna be able to take down the wardage. Looks like we are still going. Moral reminder here for the Garen. It's going to be really useful into Zac plus Aatrox and Yasuo. Wow, it's amazing into everyone here. I don't know what we're building here for Wukong, but we've got the Horizon Focus and the Rapid Fire Cannon completed for the carries of Exiles. It looks like we're also going a Thornmail here on the side for Sabara. I don't know if he'll get to complete it, but Yasuo is getting close to finishing that Stride Breaker, and he probably really wants it. Aatrox going for a Death Stance as the third item. He's gonna need it because he's got to carry his team out of this rut. And let's see if Xavi's positioning can allow him to do massive amounts of damage. Zac still doesn't have his purchase in, and we're 40 seconds before the Drake. We really need to get those recall timers, but Boo has teleport. FPS is just... Ooh. Okay, the Spirit Rush was used, but it is like VMS getting caught here by Johnny. And you can see that the full Aatrox combo does about half of VMS's HP. So things are going to be a little rough. But the Zac didn't have time to buy. He's down an item, and they can't really recall. They're losing the bot wave pressure, and it's Infernal Soul on the line. This is pretty important. The Garen got to get a buy-in. And this attack speed means that he can clear the turret pretty fast. Nebula are the first to get priority access into the river. Boo is recalling. Has a buy, probably. Is just an Antome. Okay, we've hit 225 on Smolder. And it looks like Nebula give up access to the river to Exiles. But we gotta be careful. That Aatrox knock-up combo with the Yasuo ultimate can be pretty devastating. With the execute online. Oh, Zac finds Garen. The mom's coming out, gets a 4-man mom. But Xavi finds Zac. Oh, Mamago and Craig getting caught out. And Sabara just being stunned up against the wall. It looks like the things are changing here for the side of Nebula. A beautiful team fight. Isolating the Wukong and just killing him. His carries weren't there. Unfortunately, the charm misses from Boo. It means a lot. But that looks like it's an inhib plus an Infernal Dragon and 2 turrets for Nebula. The gold lead rising to 5k. This Aatrox put in a decent amount of work. But we'll have to see if it's enough. The Smolder Execute is officially online, and he only gets stronger from here. I think he's going a Spear of Shojin next, so he can have even more Q procs. Interesting build though. We don't have the either it's a Spear of Shojin or we're going like Lord Dominic's. Aatrox gonna get the knock up on Sabara, but it's not gonna be able to follow through. Sabara going to just lose his Celestial Opposition proc. Zac has to buy. Now has a Spirit Visage. And what else are we getting? We have 3 one-shotting. Oh no. Decides to refund the Thorn. No, goes with the Thornmail. And he's gonna buy 2 wards. Okay. The Vayne finishing that Jinsu's is going to be pretty huge. It's about a 2.8 thousand gold lead for the Vayne in the bot lane. But the Smolder has scaled, so we'll have to see how Xavi can play these team fights. It's got to be fundamental. Fortunately, the Yasuo not being able to do much this game. Looks like Zect has enough to finish his Mortal Reminder. Okay. Oh, ooh, this could be dangerous. Yep, Zek just getting caught out, not having the flash to exit. Looks like it's going to be a free Baron for the side of Nebula. Mortal Reminder finish. He still has 600 gold. Probably going to opt towards like a Dead Man's Blade or something more defensive. Yasuo now building crit. Probably going Shield Bow first item. A third item. The mom getting blocked by the wind wall was pretty big. Okay, Nebula are pretty strong at this point of the game, able to just turn around bad team fights, but let's see if they're able to continue stacking these dragons, because Infernal Soul plus Smolder and Garen, we saw what it did last game. Smolder's got about 1,500 gold. I wonder what he's going to be buying. And Wukong has almost 2,000. Okay, looks like we're going... I don't know what this builds into. Because we got a BF, a pickaxe, and a longsword. So... is it a Bloodthirster? It's probably a Bloodthirster, right? Okay, Vayne going for the Jack Show, 4th item. We've got Death Stance on Aatrox, probably looking towards Hysterics as his next item. Boo has to be careful. Looks like we're trying to push in the bot lane while Zek fights Johnny. Does a decent amount of damage, but has to be able to get out. The last breath, the Let's Bounce combo gets used early. We don't really get any pressure out of it. Zek is half-life, but his passive does give him a lot of regen. Aatrox does have 6 grubs, so we do have to be careful. Zek is in the mid lane here clearing while probably waiting on regen. We've got Boo here in the bush looking for a play. Okay, the flash from Xavi saves him, but VMS looks like he's gonna go down. It looks like it's just gonna be a game win here for the side of Nebula. Nebula putting up a fight in game number 2. Not wanting to go out without a fight. Johnny's Aatrox and Xavi's Vayne are threats to be taken care of. This Garen, unfortunately, did not have the impact he was looking for. It wasn't really an important battle of the mid laners this game like it was last game. But I think, oh, the missed Magnet Storm. Okay. Aatrox putting in the work, getting the flash Q knockup.
Red team double kill. Red team has slain the dragon. Blue team's turret has been destroyed. Catch! Unstoppable.
Okay, Johnny just out here drain tanking. Yeah, this Aatrox. When you're not hitting him with anti-heal, he kind of just heals to almost full off a single ability. It looks like it's going to be the end here for the side of Exiles. We're going 1-1. The last breath combo with less bounce is beautiful. FPS gets charmed up, but it's not going to be enough. The turrets are just falling. Aatrox is destroying Sabara. The crash down hits 2 people, but the wall is enough. What a beautiful EQ. Fink are about to get executed. But the game ends, and that's going to tie up the score 1-1 for the side of Nebula. They want to push for a game number 3. They don't want to go down without a fight. Let's get ready to get into game number 3's lobby. Okay, so an interesting draft change up from the side of Nebula, playing a Yasuo-style bouncing competition, like knockup competition, but it turned out to be pretty well. The Aatrox answer into the Garen is probably something that's gonna have to be looked into. We'll have to see about it. VMS had a decent early game, but unfortunately wasn't able to carry the lead when it came to what he had to do. He had a decent gold lead most of the game, but unfortunately the Zax, the Aatrox and the Vayne were too much for them to deal with. They're just waiting for the invite for game number 3. It's been a while since we've been taken to a game 3, but I'm excited. Mr. JC practicing some Nocturne. Interesting. It looks like he's doing with Bobilos. The invite is ready. Let's see if the teams are good to go. I'm just waiting for a spot in the spectator. There we go. I'm nice and comfy in my spectator. Oh, okay, so it looks like they want... Yeah. I believe this is Exiles choosing red side. Oh, okay. Looks like Exiles have chosen blue side for game number 3. Oh, let me boot up the music. Give me a second. So, what did we think about this game number 2? There was a lot of team fighting, and I thought that Exiles really had the 2-0, but then that one team fight, Aatrox just popped off, and Xavi putting those hands to good work. That Vayne, not tunnel visioning, giving us hope that Vayne may one day re-enter competitions. I believe they are just draft discussing. It won't be too long. So, but yeah, that was an interesting game number 2. Sorry, my voice started to crack at the end. It's a little bit sore. Alright, looks like the players are in position. Just waiting on the draft link. Looks like VMS is going to stay as the current jungle for game number 3. Alrighty. Waiting on that draft link, and then we'll start game number 3. Yep. draft is being prepared. Once we have the link, we'll be turning it on. Alright, spectator link about to be posted. Let me update the score while I'm at it. We are 1-1 going to game 3. Got some Mario music for the draft. Alright, looks like the draft has started. We've got Exiles on blue and Nebula on red. We're gonna be keeping that Aphelios ban from the start of the series. It's been banned 3 games in a row against Xavi. And let's see what else we are banning. I think the Aatrox might have to come down as a ban. I don't know. Garen was definitely not great into it, but it was a first big blind Aatrox, so we'll have to see. Alright, the set ban staying consistent for all 3 games. We're gonna keep the Tristana ban away from Boo. Looks like the drafts are... well, the bans seem to be the same to this point from all 3 games so far. This time we're gonna be banning Poppy instead of banning Kaisa. Interesting ban. And they're going to be banning Garen from Exiles, so we get this Kaisa first pick that we haven't had access to. Since the Amumu wasn't banned like it was in game 2, it gets to be potentially taken for Monkey. And let's see if that's what he locks in. Yep, the Amumu locked in for Monkey D. Thinkar. What are we going to play against this Kaisa? The Ashe is still open, but there's a lot of power picks in the mid lane open. Let's see. The Ahri hasn't really worked too well for the side of Exiles. But it looks like we're just going to be getting the Kaisa here for Xavi. We're hovering it. We're thinking about it. And Zaya on paper is really good into Kaisa. Okay, are we gonna see a denial of the Rakan? Because if not, I think we easily see a Rakan here on 3 for Nebula. Let's see what we're going to be picking. I think they need to pick their jungler, but we'll have to see. Looks like we're taking Jarvan into the Amumu for VMS. A good pick. Alright, let's see. Are we denying the Rakan? I think we should deny the Rakan, to be fair. Zaya Rakan is just a really good pairing. It's kind of like Lucian Nami, you know. Lucian's not as good without the Nami. Let's see, the clock is ticking. It looks like we're going to take the Oriana here for Boo. Something that was previously banned away. In game number 1. Does FPS have an answer, or do we just want to lock in the Rakan to make sure it doesn't get banned? Would be interesting to see if Miles doesn't play Rakan, because that would give a lot less strength. It looks like we're just playing the Rakan. So we've got the Lovers Duo in the bot lane. Moving on the bans. Let's see. Are we going to get any protective? Oh, looks like we're starting to protect the top side with these bans. The Mordekaiser taken away from Zect. Syndra taken away from FPS. Really strong pick into the Oriana. Falls off if it doesn't get ahead though. Let's see. What is the last top lane ban that we're investing? Oh no, we're investing in Leona ban because it's really good in the Rakan. Okay, this Leona ban has been consistent by Nebula all three games this series. And clock's ticking for Exiles. Are we getting another mid lane ban? Are we banning a top laner? What are we banning? Because we're probably blinding mid. We're probably picking mid here to keep top lane as a counter pick. And we're going to be banning the Ornn away from Johnny. Okay. What's our mid lane of choice going to be? It's going to be the artist from Reddit, Hui, being hovered. A decent matchup into Oriana, but there's a lot of things to pick. It looks like it's going to be locked in. So we've got a Redditor in the mid lane for FPS. Now, what are we picking for support and top here on the side of Exiles? I want a nice clean game. They do have the ball delivery system from the Jarvan Oriana combo, so things can get pretty disgusting, and VMS kind of abused Monkey in the early game. We've got a Swain lock-in for the... This is for Sabara, right? This has to be for Sabara. I mean, it's really, really good in the Rakan, and it can force Xayah to make some unsavory plays. That never move is pretty damn important. We'll have to see if he's able to land enough of them to make an impact. Because the whole point of picking Swain. Ooh, we get a blind Jax here with 4 bans invested into the top lane. Are we just gonna see the Aatrox? Fortunately, Aatrox doesn't have the best matchup into Jax, but there's still a lot of stuff open that can do good into the Jax. We've got Gnar, and we've got some other picks that are actually just pretty decent. The Renekton. What's the pick gonna be here for Johnny in the Pinnacle Game 3? It's a Cho'Gath! We've got the Stomach of the Void versus the Grandmaster at Arms in the top lane for our featured match. Alright. Looks like they are ready to get into the game, turning off the draft as we get into Champion Select. Are we excited for this game 3, ladies and gentlemen? Alright. Looks like we're about to get into the game. The music has been paused. We've got an exciting game 3 for you guys. Make sure to grab your snacks, your drinks, whatever you need. Because this is the pinnacle game 3 between the Exiles and DH Nebula. Got a lot of magic damage here for the side of Nebula. Things could get a little worrisome if the Jax and the Jarvan get enough magic resist. If Zavi doesn't carry on Xayah, things might get ugly late game, as there's literally no source of physical damage outside of this Xayah on DH Nebula. But a good source of mixed damage from the side of the Exile. So we'll have to see what happens. I'm excited to see what happens. Anyways. About 30 seconds before we get into the game, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, B0349, for the follow. Alright, we are loading into the game. We've got a different matchup in the mid lane this time. Going to be interesting. We got Bladecraft Oriana, Darkstar Jarvan, Prestige Jax, Gentleman Cho, Pumpkin Prince Amumu, Arcana Xayah, and Crystal Rose Swain. Sad not to see IG Kaisa. It's always a nice skin to cast and to watch just in general, but Bladecraft, a particularly fun skin I like to use when I do play Oriana. We've got double Grasp in the top lane, double Conqueror in the jungle, double Comet. And the only change we really see here is we've got PTA on Kaisa, and we've got Conqueror versus Guardian for the supports on the bot side. Other than that, we've got Lethal Tempo on Xayah, and everything else matches up. Alright. There we go. Okay, we've got Green Smite versus Blue Smite. So Jarvan's going to be moving a little bit faster, but Amumu's going to be a bit harder to kill. Got a Doran's Blade start here for Jax. Very, very interesting. And we've got standard Doran Rings mid and Doran's Blades in the bot lane. Exciting game 3, brought to you by yours truly. One day I'll be sponsored. One day. But I'll save that for another time. Looks like Jarvan's already recalled to purchase, to swap out his trinket for an Oracle Lens after warding. Where was the ward put? It looks like it was put in the Tri-Bush. And no one else has any vision. River ward being put by Miles. And that is about all we're getting. Amumu's going to be doing a Raptor start. It seems to be the meta call, at least in the Mamago that we've seen. Oh, looks like we want to try and get a cheesy... Oh, Never Move. Never Move plus Kaisa passive. The Ignite going down on Mike. 80 carries are both at about 30% health. Another Never Move lands on the side of Sabara. And we're just here to watch the action happen. Never Move misses by Sabara. I don't think it would have followed up for much damage, but Swain does do a decent amount of damage early. It looks like the Lovers Duo are not going to get the level 2 first. Gonna get pushed in. Mike missing a minion. Johnny getting that level 2 first. Looks like we have a little bit of a CS parity here in the bot lane. Never Move landing on 2 into a lightning bolt. VMS is here to gank the Cho'Gath. The silence coming in. Martial Cadence. The flag and drag is going to be enough. The flash from Zek to connect. Amumu already flash. The bandage toss. The tantrum. Is it going to be enough? The flag and drag. No. What a horrible start for the side of Nebula. Cho'Gath not having any money is pretty bad. Recall, well, teleports while only having a, oh, it looks like VMS has found another opening on Johnny. And he's going to be going down. VMS taking a 2-0 lead. The Cho'Gath has no teleport, no money. Things are going down for Johnny. The eye of the Emperor doesn't manage to connect from Sabara, but that's a disaster in the top lane. It looks like the Magic Fireball is going to miss here from the side of Hui. Another Never Move thrown out. But Xayah doesn't have much money. The farming's been a little rough. And Cho'Gath is already down 1,000 gold. What are we getting here for Jax? We're getting a Vamp Scepter, so we're probably getting a Blade of the Ruined King. Very smart investment. But it looks like Finkar is here. The flash. The bandage toss being dodged. Sabara is probably just dead. They're really trying to give that money over. Oh, Finkar might have been in trouble. Looks like the grasping maul lands onto the Oriana. Okay. Miles forced the battle dance away. But VMS was nearby. A Caulfield's Warhammer has been picked up for the Jarvan. Zach doing pretty good. Johnny missing out on some crucial CS, but getting some good trades. But this Vamp Scepter is going to prove helpful. By Zach, the Grand Entrance. Actually, is it? Sorry. Okay, it's Grand Entrance and his ult is the Quickness. Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't get those two wrong. Okay. Looks like we've got a decent trade in the mid lane, but the mana bars are running low. Another Rupture coming out from Cho'Gath trying to interrupt. I think Cho'Gath is going to look for some fruits. Or maybe getting some deep warding. Gonna ward around the grubs just to make sure. I mean, Monkey is up 2 camps on Jarvan right now. But gold-wise, he's down about 600-700. CS is about even in the mid lane. And we're crashing a big wave by Kai'Sa into Xavi. He's going to be able to get most of it because he's, with that kill, at least he's evened up the gold, which is good. But, Johnny getting punished here. The Grandmaster's Might putting in a lot of work. Both mid laners refusing to recall, wanting to get as much money as possible. Sabara rotating mid, and Zach getting ganked in the top lane. Oh, Zach is gonna go down here to the Ignite, and I think Monkey might have another bandage toss in just a second. It's not gonna be enough. The Gleaming Quill. Amumu is going to take the kill. Support Cho'Gath still doesn't have much money. He's still down about 900 gold. But it is going to give Nebula priority access onto the grubs. Cho'Gath starting to use up those feasts. That feast. We've got a tier, an almost lost chapter to a lost chapter buy from the side. But it looks like they don't want to give up. Oof! VMS doing a ton of damage. The Oriana Jarvan combo putting in work. VMS going in as Monkey going out. It's a 2-to-1 grub trade. The Never Move gonna land on Xavi. The CS difference is still stacking up. We're gonna be almost 20 plus CS down. Another Never Move into the Acathian Rain. Oof. The Kai'Sa passive almost proccing on the Xavi. Could have been lethal. The Killer Instincts were available, but I mean the Feather Storm could have come down too. Boo. Dodging the ghostly thing. The water balls from FPS going to give him a bit of mana and a bit of damage, proccing the explosive passive. But it looks like VMS have first priority to the dragon. This is going to be 2 grubs and a dragon over to VMS. And we've almost got... Oh. Looks like Monkey almost getting caught out here by the Never Move of Swain. And now they got to leave. Amumu almost having his first item is important. But we'll have to see. The flash forced by Zect onto FPS. Oof, the isolated damage. It's going to hurt. The Cataclysm going to kill Zavi positioning properly to kill Sabara, but it's not gonna be enough. A lot of things going wrong. Oh, the Fear plus Fireball combo, but the Flash Q command attack is enough to take out the Hui, but Monkey is here. Oh, the Bandage Toss is not gonna land, and Boo lives with literally a single sliver of HP. What a nice recovery from the mid laner, but a 5-0 Jarvan is going to be pretty threatening. Sabara rotated in the mid lane. The Never Move is going to land. The damage is coming out. This poor Amumu, he's just a turbo squishy build. Rakan clearing out the ward. Cho'Gath going hardsteel. But that alone time allowed him to get a little bit of an XP lead. Miles taking a turret shot. Okay. Looks like Zach is roaming a lot more. It's going to be punished in terms of XP loss. But it looks like we're going straight up for a Blackfire Torch for the Hui. Leandri's on Amumu. Oh, Zach might be in a bit of trouble. The Feast is available. Oh, it's going to flash over the wall to commit. Okay. The Featherstorm coming out. Mike on Crack doing good to win that 1v2. But VMS is here. The curse of the Sad Mummy and the Flag Drag is going to be enough. And Mumu doesn't have enough damage. Kaisa gets a double kill here. Things have gone from bad to worse. But Zach dying to the Cho'Gath was pretty bad here. VMS going to clear vision. And Zach's lead that he once had is pretty much gone. Cho'Gath doing an insane amount of damage with his Void Spikes. The Jarvan being up almost 1,500 gold is a little scary though. The Static Shift finished on Kaisa. We're working on that. Jinsu's Rage Blade. They're picking for Dragon, but the Void Grubs are alive. It looks like Amumu gets first presence, and VMS is going to be nowhere to be seen. It's going to be one Void Grubling traded to the side of Nebula. Okay, Sabara clearing some vision in the mid lane. Kaisa now with a Static Shiv does a lot of work. Okay, the Battle Dance onto Hui to get closer to the lane. Dragon is getting near. Command attack gonna look to interrupt. The Hui back with the Fireball comes out, doing a bit of damage to Boo. Okay. Looks like we've got the Essence Reaver for Xayah, and unfortunately, Zavi not gonna be there to do enough damage. Boo gonna get caught out by Monkey. Oh, Orianna gonna be able to dodge. But the Grasp and the Grandmaster's Might are going to be enough. We've got a Blade of the Ruined King. One more Leap Strike. And it's going to be a flash into stun by the Jax. It's going to be enough. The Hui gets caught by the Never Move. Oof. What a nice play from FPS. And it looks like Monkey's going to be able to secure the dragon here for the side. We got a flash ghostly fireball. Severing Bolt is not going to be... Ooh, it's going to be enough. Xavi manages to take a kill. But... Okay. First turret blood for... sorry. For Jax is huge. Build that gold lead back up. But now that the Heartsteel is done for the Cho'Gath, we'll have to see if we're able to make some plays. Unfortunately, Jarvan dying, giving up a huge shutdown over to Hui. That's 800 gold in Hui's pocket. And the Orianna now down about 1,000 gold because of it. The bot lane, though, with 4 grubs, is going to be able, they sing their recall, to take the turret in the bot lane. Kai'Sa is nearing 2 items, though, so things are going to get a little dicey. Still about 1,000 gold up for the Kai'Sa, and we almost have the Jinsu's Rageblade. Probably have it on, like, the next back or whatever. But I wonder what this Jarvan's going to be building. Another Leap Strike, the Flag and Drag into the Eye of the Watcher. Unfortunately, Johnny just going to get melted. He takes the turret top lane, but dies for it. This Jax is going to start to become a problem. It's going to be a fight for the Herald. Oh. Oof. The Ignite from Miles going to be enough. The Battle Dance interrupted. Xavi just stuck with the Swain and the Jarvan in the Cataclysm. It's going to be enough. It looks like we're going to get priority access to the Rift Herald by Exiles. Starting to build up a little bit of a gold lead, but Monkey and FPS are here trying to catch out this Swain. They really want... Oh. The Bandage Toss misses. The Ignite comes down onto Thinkar. The command attack is going to be enough. Can they peel for this way? The Jax is coming in. FPS gets flanked by Zact, and there's nothing that they can do. Looks like the mid lane turret is going to die. The Demolish Proc is going to come through, and it is enough. This Jax is going to start to become a problem. That lead that FPS built against Boo. Oof. Ooh, the flash away from Boo on the Grand Entrance is going to make sure his life stays safe. And that is Rift Herald for the side of Exiles. Oh, and that's the turret take. That's the wave cleared by the shockwave for Orianna. We've about tied up the mid lane. We've got 1,400 gold left to spend. Let's see what Orianna's going to be picking up. Looks like we've got Sork Shoes and a Hextech Alternator. Cloud Dragon's going to be our soul this game. Cho'Gath going towards a Thornmail, and I think Jack's going towards a Black Cleaver. The next move comes up, but the Battle Dance is enough with the Xayah to dodge away. We've got the Jinsus on the Kai'Sa. So it's a Jax versus Cho'Gath matchup in the top lane, and it's Jax favored for now, but Johnny has really good wave clear. Let's check up on Johnny's stacks. The Emperor move is going to land on the Hui, and we've got 7 feast stacks for Cho'Gath. He is going to be pretty strong late game, if he can make it. Alright, so far Xavi's been trailing behind. And not the best Xayah game. And Miles' Rakan has left things to be desired. It looks like we have the Rylai's Crystal Scepter and Sork Shoes for the Swain. And we finished the Titanic Hydra on Jarvan, going a bit more of the Bruiser style instead of the Assassin style so he can survive. Cho'Gath does represent about like... he does represent like almost 800 HP execute at this point in the game. Okay, Xavi down 50 CS is going to hurt this Xayah in the long run. Amumu also going towards the Thornmail. Jax leap striking away. It looks like it was... Wait, what was taken? Oh, dragon spawns in 5 seconds. Let's see who's going to get priority around it. The Rift Herald. Oh, it's the Rift Herald that was called out. It's going to crash into this turret. Is Jax going to be able to take the turret? Almost. The Flash. The bandage toss into Curse of the Sad Mummy. The Cataclysm comes out onto just Miles. Unfortunately, he's kind of stuck in this Cataclysm. A beautiful engage by the Orianna, but is it going to be enough? The Cho'Gath Johnny is huge at this point in the game. And he's going to assassinate people. And it's almost enough. Can Xavi shield himself? Wow. What an insane team fight. The Killer Instinct coming in clutch just to make sure that we can get some stuff. But Johnny pretty huge in that team fight. The Hui damage was really there too. Unfortunately, now Zaya's on 2 items. But it looks like they're going to be conceding the Cloud Drake over to Nebula. Nebula stopping the soul stacking from the side, dragon stacking from the side. I mean, I think if Jarvan had path towards the bot lane, it would have been fine. I think they're trying to give Johnny a feast stack. And this Cho'Gath gets yet another feast stack, up to 9 now. This is pretty big. He's got 2,700 gold, so that's like Thornmail and something else. The Black Cleaver finish for Jax is also big, but let's see. We've got a Thornmail and a Spectre's Cowl. Having to respect that Orianna damage, because that Shockwave did a lot. I believe we're going Storm Surge here for Orianna. I would have liked to see something a little stronger.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
But Orianna able to take the bot lane turret. The Flag and Drag going to be enough to catch out Miles. The Never Move interrupting the Jax, the Rakan battle dance. But Miles, having his flash, is able to live another day. Red buff's going to be taken for the side of Exiles. And this Cho'Gath it doesn't have great wave clear, so it looks like it's going to be a free inner turret for the side of Exiles. They do have Baron pressure if they find this way. The bandage toss is going to land full combo, but Amumu's really squishy when you go this build, and it looks like it's almost going to be a free Baron for the side of Exiles. But they don't have the fastest Baron. Johnny here gonna look to play, gonna look to intervene. He does have like a true damage smite combo, but that is going to be a flash forced out by Johnny. Orianna teleporting in just to make sure things are okay. And that is the Storm Surge indeed. We've got the Nashor's Tooth now finished for Kai'Sa. Looks like we're going for, I think, I want to say a Riftmaker on Swain. Jax is probably looking to build a Sundered Skies. Spirit Visage on Cho'Gath. I would assume. I don't think Kaenic Rooker is a choice, but could probably opt in for Kaenic Rooker. And it is a really good item against magic damage, as Orianna does not have any access to true damage in our kit. Neither does Kai'Sa, but they do. Kai'Sa does have percentage magic damage. Looks like Xayah is trying to get her IE, or at least the armor pen item. I don't know, but we've got just crit items on the Xayah, so we're trying. A decent decent Severing Bolt from FPS onto Mike on Crack. Gonna do a lot of damage, but access to this Baron buff gives the Jax a lot of priority. Looks like it is indeed going to be the Kaenic Rooker, and the Flash and drag into Cataclysm. The Command Shockwave with the Never Move. And Kai'Sa is going to be able to finish it off with a Void Missile. Zac finding Monkey. Oof. Monkey getting assassinated by the Killer Instinct on this Kai'Sa. There's no magic resist on this poor little guy. Unfortunately, it looks like this AP Amumu choice was really not the go-to. You need it to be tanky, and when our team's gonna learn? Solo queue is not competitive play. Unfortunately, this Orianna and Kai'Sa kind of do true damage to Amumu at this point of the game. Feels bad, man. Down 3,000 plus gold. Every other lane is kind of fine. Besides, there's a 3,000 gold lead in the bot lane, which kind of hurts for Xavi, because he had to clutch up, but this Kaisa, I think you could have just left the Garen open, and yeah, you leave the Garen open, and you just, if they pick Garen, you pick Aatrox, but you deny this Kaisa. You've denied this Kaisa all series long, and this Xayah kind of showing as to why, if the Kaisa gets ahead, it doesn't matter how good Xayah is into Kaisa. Kaisa's just a better champion. We've got a Seeker's Arm Guard here for Mycon Crack, and it doesn't look like anything can threaten him. Stairs Gauge finished for VMS, and it looks like we're going Thunder Sky on the side of Jax. We've got double burn here for Hui with a Blighting Jewel, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. I think the Swain needed a bit of money to finish. Yeah, he's about like 30 gold off is Leandri's. Not going Riftmaker because doesn't have the money for that. Looks like we are going Infinity Edge on the side of Xayah. And now we've got a Shadow Flame in the works for Orianna. We finish. Oh, we've got a game pause. Okay. We will find out the nature of the problem in just a second. AD carry having, Xavi having some lagging issues. No worries. We're going to have Xavi reconnect. Hopefully things will be a little better. It is a stressful game 3, and Xavi is the only source of physical damage on his team. So if he can't put out the damage, these giant HP bars from the side of Exiles are really going to make it hard. That's an 8,000 gold lead too. Gotta contend with that. It looks like, Baron's not up, so Amumu's just clearing wards out. We've got Dragon Soul Point for Nebula, but with the way things are currently positioned on the map, it doesn't look like they're going to have the priority to get to it. Hui really needs to finish his Void Staff or his Crypt Bloom. And Cho'Gath really wants that Kaenic Rookern. Not having access to HP is going to be really, really hurtful. Let's see, Xayah needs about, what is IE, like 3,600 gold, and that's about 14. Yeah, Xayah needs about another like 22, about another 2,000 gold for that Infinity Edge. So it's going to be a while if the team fights keep going badly. But there's a lot of objective bounties available here for the side of Nebula should they catch a good rotation. Maybe they can start to slowly close that gold gap. This Orianna, while not super far ahead, is down some CS, but only up like 100 gold, does a lot of damage. If a 3+ man Shockwave comes out again, that might be game ending for the side of Nebula. They can't afford to get hit by that Shockwave again, because that Flag and Drag Cataclysm Shockwave combo, the ball delivery system as we call it in pro play, is really nasty. And the Cho'Gath has put in some work, but really needs to do a little bit more. It's a little unfortunate that Johnny has so much money while the Hui is kind of sitting with 5 assists. But the feast stacks, let's check up on the feast stacks. We've got 10 feast stacks. So at this current level, feast is giving him 1,200 bonus HP. I believe it's going to convert into, yeah, it converts into 160 HP per stack at level 16. So if we can hope to get there. The execute currently is 1,540 on monsters and 815 on champions. So it is a lot, but if Johnny can be there, he can contest a oh, and Cho'Gath gains attack range and cast range per stack. Okay, I did not know that. Okay, looks like the game is continuing. Oh, Xavi getting caught out. Things going from bad to worse. I think that's where the pause was from. I think. Because that's detrimental. The only damage on the side of Nebula. Down and out for the count. A Heartsteel stack comes in from Cho'Gath, but it's not going to mean a lot. Oh, a beautiful 5-man Curse of the Sad Mummy into combo, wombo, chombo, nombo, dombo. But is it going to be enough? Cho'Gath is huge, but he's got to do a lot more. Miles trying to find with the battle dance. Oof. Okay, Johnny coming in clutch, holding the line. Mazavi, unfortunately, not part of any of that money generation. Amumu going towards a Hollow Radiance. Now the Shadow Flame is finished for Orianna. This is huge. It looks like it's going to be Cloud Soul Point here for the side of Nebula, but will it be enough? Leandre's finish here for Swain. Orianna over the wall. There is no jungler. Oh, never mind. Monkey made it. Oh, Swain getting caught. The never move.
Red team has slain the dragon.
The Killer Instincts is available for Kaisa. Another beautiful 4-man combo. The Cataclysm on the Hui, who doesn't have flash. He's kind of just stuck in there. And FPS gonna go down. No mana on the Kaisa to follow up with that Killer Instinct to kill Xavi. But an Eye of the Watcher gonna be enough. The teleport coming in from the Orianna. This might be the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Nebula fumbled the bag. Hard enough to end the game. The quickness is gonna get two people over on the side. But the root's not gonna land. They're just ending the night. They're ending the game. The game's over, ladies and gentlemen. It's Jover, as they say. Wow, that unpaused mental fumble meant that there wasn't any firepower or gas in the tank left for Nebula. Johnny with the hero play, getting almost a triple kill during that fight, but it wasn't enough, unfortunately. It's sad to see, but I want to thank you guys for joining the cast. It was a lot of fun to cast the game. And we're going to catch you in the next time we have a stream. I'm currently working out the casting days with my boys Magic, Bylos, and the others that allow me to cast the games. So make sure to check out the DH Discord or the Mamago Discord to find out when the scheduled matches are going to happen. There's a high chance that I cast most DH games going forward. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching the stream, and as always, check out the YouTube on The Fallen Sanctum for the VOD if ever you missed a stream. Thank you very much, and we'll see you guys in the next game.